The main reason for staying so close to the harbour last night was so I could jump on a ferry this morning. And that's one of the great things about Tallinn, being a city on the Baltic Sea. There's loads of little ferry routes you can take. And today we're going to go over to Helsinki. I'll be honest, I don't actually know much about it, but I think it only takes about 2.5 hours to get over to Finland. And I love a wee ferry journey. So let's see how this goes today. Nice harbour. And if, like me, you love ferries, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8 here at the moment. There are some cruise ships here as well, which is really good to see, but some of the ferry operators like Tallin, which is I think one of the best ones, their ships look almost as good as cruise ships. They really put in an effort over here. For some reason I didn't book Tallin though, I went with Viking Line. I think it was to do with timings for this trip, but I'm sure it'll be fine anyway. Right, that's me all checked in. That was far too easy. And just looking at the departure board in there, I can see the reason that I've taken the Viking Line, because it leaves at 7 in the morning. That gives me a full day in Helsinki. The big Tallink, that would have left at 12:30, so I'd have been limited for time. I'm just trying to have a wee closer look at these ships. I'm not sure I'm meant to be here, but someone will soon tell me. Right, here we go, folks. Wow, this ship's pretty massive, to be fair. We'll have a proper look around inside in a wee while, but of course for departing, we'll go to the sun deck. Oh, look in there, how the other half live. The fancy stuff. Nah, Steve, they'd chuck you out of there as soon as look at you. And just off the bow of the ship you can see Tallinn Old Town there, and then the more modern city centre over this side. I genuinely love how much access you've got to the outer decks here. Of course, most sensible people, being a 7 AM crossing, they've just gone inside, grabbed the comfy seats and they'll sleep for the whole voyage. But us tourists are outside. Aye, us tourists. Me. We're moving, folks. See you later, Tallinn. I'll be back at 11 PM. As soon as you leave the harbour it starts getting really cold, but thankfully you've got these little inside-outside areas. Cruising on the Baltic, superb. I've been so looking forward to this one. Right, so as we're passing the island of Aigna Masti Kukai Tsiala, it's time for me to go inside. Right, so here we've got the deck plan. The bottom 3 decks is just really for vehicles, then you've got your cabins deck on deck 6, and then all the good stuff's happening on 7 and 8. Let's go and have a look. Now don't get me wrong, the ship is really nice. It's comfortable with everything you'd ever need. but it kind of reminds me a lot of the Dover to Cali routes from when I used them years ago. This is big business, set up for carrying a lot of passengers on what is obviously a very lucrative route. It's all very pleasant, especially in a relaxed, quiet crossing like today, but to me it all just feels a little bit soulless. Let's continue our tour downstairs. Now down here I imagine it would be a lot livelier on a peak evening crossing, because this is where you'll find all the bars and the entertainment. At the stern there's even this like cabaret room where you'll find the live acts, but not this morning. We then head forward to where the real money is made. Trust me, there isn't much you can't buy aboard this ship, but it all felt a bit like an airport duty free to me, and I really don't like those places. Bonus marks though for stocking my favourite Finnish chocolate. But I preferred to find a quiet spot by the window for a wee coffee and a pastry. We're just about halfway now, right in the middle of the Gulf of Finland. And way off in the distance there, I know you can't see it on the camera, but I can still see the tall buildings of Tallinn. And if I look the other way, I can just about make out Helsinki in the distance. And it looks like we're going to be passing a pretty cool lighthouse as well. Alright folks, welcome to Helsinki, welcome to Finland. I've been here once before and that was after an overnight flight from New York. I can just remember being absolutely exhausted and I was just here for that one day. Like today I am again, so it's not a city I know very well, but I know roughly my way around the centre. But what we'll do today is probably jump in some trams and go for a wee ride around, try and go a wee bit further out. Aye, so my plan today is to get one of these AB tram tickets, and what it's saying there, if you have a ticket, AB, ABC, ABCD, welcome aboard. So the ferry is actually included. I'm not exactly sure where it goes, but we might jump on that later. Just have to come down and have a look at the train station. It's absolutely gorgeous. I just jumped off the tram when I saw the stadium, and I think that's the Olympic Stadium. We've got another stadium up here, which I don't know what that is, so let's go and have a look. Right, so Finnish national team. So this must be the football stadium. In fact, I wonder if we can get a wee look inside at the pitch. Aye, some training going on in there, and they look pretty good as well. That could be the national team. Right, let's go and have a look at this Olympic stadium. What a cool view of the football stadium. You couldn't do this in Scotland though. Nobody would pay to get in. I'm going to have a look at the tower, and thankfully there's an elevator. This is worse than the lighthouse yesterday. Oh wow. Yeah, this is not scary at all. I didn't realise we'd go right up to the top, and the thing about it is that it's so narrow. I'm sure it's safe, but it's very narrow, and that scares me. And it's a sturdy big concrete structure, so it must just be in my imagination that it's swaying a bit. The Olympic Stadium was inaugurated in 1938, and then they held the Olympics here in 1952. Oh, and there he is, Jari Litmanen, and that's where I am right now, up there. Time to get back down. Hey, that was really cool, and it stood for a number of decades, but I always think the day that I go up, it's going to fall down. Right, let's jump back in that tram, and I have just missed one.
Jag har också, för att jag var sådär, jag stod där och det är ju helt sådär.
Nah, thumbs down to the modern trams. The old ones are the best. And when we're back in Tallinn tomorrow, we'll try and ride some of the proper old trams. Well, the centre of Helsinki is a beautiful, bright, sunny place today, but that's even more reason to get on that wee boat and let's find out where it goes. I'm intrigued. Life's such a mystery in 2022 when you can't get your phone to work. All these people know where they've been. Let's find out. The only thing I know is we're on an island and there's a lot of people sweeping, like everywhere. So this is the place we sailed in past this morning. I'm guessing it's an old fort for defending Helsinki. But we can just walk around anyway. It'll be nice to look at. Even if, like me, you know nothing about the place, it's a great island to come for a wee walk. And it's included in your day ticket. I couldn't imagine that with Lothian buses. There's an example of something I learnt from Aquaholic. the boats in Finland have all got access off the bow, because there's thousands of little rocky islands in Finland, and they'll just sail right into them, bow first, and that's where you exit the boat. You see, that YouTube's perfect for all that random information, isn't it? Right, there's a toy museum. This place is getting more confusing by the minute. What's going on? Do people live here? I'm so confused. Aye, of course, the fact that your ferry ticket's included in like the bus ticket, it's like public transport, rather than being a museum island, this must just be an island community. That kind of makes sense. Random place though. Despite the place feeling so random and remote, I guess with those little ferries darting back and forth across the bay every 20 minutes or so, it'd just be like living in any neighbourhood in the city. But you're on an island. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed our flying visit to... Let's get back to the boat. Just as we're heading back, this is the community's church, and it's got something that's unique in the whole world. At the very top, it's got a light. It's not just a church, it's a lighthouse as well. In fact, that's too cool to miss. Let's head up and have a closer look. If we miss the ferry, there'll be another one. And not only the cool church, but we've got Finland's biggest bell, cast in Russia. This place is full of surprises. That is a big beast. Ah, we've made it back to the boat after all. Good work. We're always against the clock in this channel. Oh, and it's a different boat back. Do you know what I fancy? I'll make it easy with multiple choice. So are you allowed to drink beer while sitting outside in Finland? I've got no idea, so I'd better drink it fast. After my sneaky wee beer, I went for a walk around the marina, where you'll find some examples of beautiful old traditional boats, and as you'll see in a moment, some pretty impressive modern ones as well. These big ships here are icebreakers, and if you ever need a reminder of how cold it gets here in the winter, look at these guys. And they will clear a path through the icy Baltic for other ships to pass through in the winter. Incredible big boats. Oh, just a quick bit of info I forgot to mention. You can actually stay overnight in one of the cabins on board if you prefer. The advantage would be being able to go to sleep as soon as you step onto the ship in Helsinki, but they'll kick you off in Tallinn at 6 AM and I didn't fancy that. Right, I'm a wee bit tired and hungry, so I'll see you in the morning for our last day, and we're going to do something a wee bit more touristy. Morning folks, got myself a wee one-day travel pass. It's time to be good to my legs for a change. My phone's still not working, so I keep stopping at these little maps. So you are here, a nice little bit of brutalist architecture here I believe. You can walk along the coast, past the prison, and we'll go to our first stop of the day, which is Seaplane Harbour. Sounds interesting. Let's go folks. Oh man, this is amazing. This big concrete structure was built for the Moscow Olympics because the sailing part of the Olympics was held here on the Baltic in Tallinn. And I'm just so glad that it's still here. I imagine one day it'll be torn down and turned into some soulless office building like this one. But for now, we've still got it. And thank goodness for that. As you can see, most of it's closed off now, but you can still walk right across the top of the structure. I wonder if this is like protected by planning or something, because it's prime real estate. I'd hate for them to cash in on this place. I'm in brutalist heaven. If you come on holiday with Steve, this is the kind of attractions you can expect. Can you see the beauty in this, or am I on my own? Let me know in the comments. I guess this would have been where those Olympians would have got into their wee dinghies and went racing out in the Baltic Sea. This is fantastic. I could spend far too long here. Let's head along the coast, come on. So that's us through into the grounds of the old prison, which is open to the public, but not on a Tuesday, I'm afraid. And when the inmates were out getting their exercise in the yard, if only they'd known, there's a way out. Freedom! And that brings us on nicely to the old seaplane hangar and the Maritime Museum, which is just in front of us now. What an incredible place. I mean, just by the exhibits alone it's really cool. Hello, Russian submarine. But the building itself, I think it steals the show. I'll do my best to film in here, but the steps look steep and the entrance looks very narrow. I think it's fair to say I'd be about as much use in a submarine as I would in a lighthouse. I know in this video I'm not really showing you the old town of Tallinn, but I'm looking for some kind of viewpoint high over the city to get a nice view. Look at this! And as long as this street keeps going higher, I'm sure we'll find something. This is seriously one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen, but boy is it easy to get lost here in these wee streets. No, it's not this way. Around here maybe? Here we go. In a roundabout sort of way, I've found the little viewing platform I was looking for. And this will give us a nice view over the city and the city walls. So that's a view that's hard to beat with the world's friendliest seagull. We're going to head to that tower over there now, because I think it's got a viewing platform as well. Bye, pal. And just when I was looking for the steps back down to the city, I found another viewpoint which is probably actually better. It gives you a much better impression of the city walls and all the red roofs as well. Look at this. And for such a beautiful spot in the city, it's no very busy. This map's not working. This next tower is going to have a lot of steps to the top. I was hoping to be able to say to you guys, sorry, it's closed. What can I do? But unfortunately not, it's open. Oh, that wasn't easy. It's very narrow here. Oh, I don't like this at all. Well, that was cool, but not as cool as the other viewing platform. I thought that was better, and not because it was free, but it just gave slightly better views of the city in my opinion, and it was really tight up there. I wouldn't like to be there when it's busy, that's for sure. A well-deserved beer. Cheers, guys. Right, I've just got one more high up place to show you, which thankfully doesn't require the climbing of any stairs. I'll see you there in a moment. So here we are at Tallinn. It's Estonia's tallest building, and I actually think it might be higher than Estonia's highest hill. So this could be the highest point in all of Estonia. And we're going up there. Let's go. On the inside platform it's not that scary, even for someone like me who's terrified of heights, but I believe you can go outside as well. I think it's up here. I'm a wee bit weird with heights. Please let me know in the comments if you're the same with this, but my fear is not actually being up high, it's dropping something off the edge. I don't know if that's a rational fear or not, but the fact that it's got this ledge around the corner that goes out further, I'm totally fine. Gee whiz, I couldn't do that though. There's a nice looking wee restaurant cafe place in here as well, but not for me when I'm on my own. So that's us folks. I hope you enjoyed my wee trip over to the Baltic. I'm sorry it wasn't a video about Scotland this week, but I'm sure we'll have one of those again pretty soon. In the meantime, as always, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. I couldn't not come to Tondi. And here we are going up the famous steps of Tondi. I'm sorry, this is just a little fanboy bonus. For those of you who don't watch Bald and Bankrupt, this will mean nothing to you, I'm sorry.